Hello there, Star Wars fans. Whoa, the Rey New Jedi Order movie might actually be a trilogy.
What? I can't watch anymore. What the fuck?
In this video, I want to discuss this rumor that is floating around about the Rey Palpatine New Jedi Order movie. I've covered some news on this film here on the channel, and I want to hear your thoughts on this newest rumor. I want to shout out Josh from the Den of Nerds for putting this on my radar. I'll link his video about this in the description below, and I encourage you to check it out. But with this news, I can definitely say this is not an idea I personally like. And I'm excited to share my thoughts on why. But like with anything, there could be some type of positives when it comes to this rumor as well. But first, thank you all so much for the likes, comments, and discussions on all the previous videos. This has been so much fun, and I'm excited for what's to come. And before we continue, please give this video a like and subscribe if you're new, so you never miss what's going on in your favorite galaxy far, far away. So now, let's dive in.
The fun begins.
Okay, so if the rumor is true, then Lucasfilm is truly in their own galaxy and not hearing what the majority of fans and dollars are telling them. This would be such a crazy doubling down strategy that even your boy who always texts you to go to the casino wouldn't even want to take part in this one. According to insiders, Jeff Snyder and then the Cosmic Circus, behind the scenes, Lucasfilm is actually gearing up for the new Rey movie to actually be the start of a new trilogy. But not just any trilogy, but episodes 10, 11, and 12 of the main Star Wars saga. Now a quick disclaimer, the Cosmic Circus is not usually reported on Star Wars news and rumors, at least not in a big way if you pay attention to Star Wars only. I am familiar with them being very accurate on a majority of their scoops on the Marvel MCU side, so with this scoop, I'm listening. According to our sources, we can confirm that A New Beginning is indeed the name of the film. More specifically, our sources state that the film is Star Wars Episode 10, A New Beginning, with the working title being New Jedi Order. StarWars.com contributor Jordan Mason has stated on his X account that info from Lucasfilm directly has said the title Episode X, A New Beginning is categorically incorrect, and that while the working title is New Jedi Order as reported, that they are denying the title, stating, "No titles have been, are being used at this time." This was posted about 9 months ago, and honestly, it could be a peek behind the curtain as to why there have been so many problems with getting this movie off the ground. So, we know that originally Damon Lindelof and his writing partner, Justin Britt Gibson, were writing the first script for the so-called New Jedi Order movie. Damon Lindelof's idea was to have the movie take place many years into the future, with Rey being an old woman passing the torch to a new group of Jedi. With many drafts denied by Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy bringing back Daisy Ridley, this original idea was not going to work. Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson were then fired from the movie. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, and the most recently assigned writer, Stephen Knight, has now left the New Jedi Order movie over creative differences as well. While we can point to the several examples in the past of Lucasfilm having issues with getting production going, on film announcements, this one is starting to feel a little different. So, what if the reason why these writers aren't matching Kathleen Kennedy's vision and why Daisy Ridley was brought back is because this movie will not be a standalone, but a trilogy? I mean, it would make sense. If you're going to contribute to Rey's story in a trilogy format, then you have to bring back Daisy, and you can't have her be an old woman. And to tell this story over 3 movies, especially as episodes 10, 11, and 12, this could be the final straw that breaks the camel's back for the franchise. With Daisy Ridley recently saying that the film is definitely happening and things are evolving, with news coming soon, could this be what she's talking about? When she was brought back, it wasn't because of a script she read, but more so an idea or story for her character that Kathleen had in mind and thinks should be told. And now that we know from a good source that this might be a 3-movie story, it could very well be the real reason Daisy agreed to sign on. Now all the news, rumors, and speculations on this film have everyone, including myself, thinking this movie is moving toward a cancellation or permanent shelving. But if this ends up to be true, then holy shit, this is fucked, and I don't have a good feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about this.
With most of the announced projects by Kathleen Kennedy still not moving forward without a word, I think it makes sense why the New Jedi Order movie might just stay in a state of limbo until Kathleen leaves the studio. Or since we actually got word of the cancellation of The Acolyte, maybe Lucasfilm will cancel this movie as well, and show us that they hear what a majority of the fan base is saying. There is this feeling that maybe Star Wars and other franchises will start swinging the pendulum back to the center when it comes to the stories they're trying to tell, and attracting the main original audience they want to capture again. But not knowing more about this potential trilogy, my doubts of the latter are setting in. This trilogy idea has probably been in the works since or not long after the announcement of Daisy Ridley's returning. This could be why Stephen Knight had many issues with getting his original script ideas greenlit, and hence why his vision no longer lined up with the studios. And part of me can't believe this might actually be the direction they're going in. But also I think we can all agree that it wouldn't be a surprise for Kathy and Lucasfilm to double down on this awful idea and gaslight the fans. Now, when I first heard that they were doing a Rey movie, I wasn't excited about it, and I'm still not. The sequels began this huge divide in the fandom, and was the start of why the franchise is in the low place it is now. I think the story spat on what came before, had no cohesive vision, and tried to reference the Star Wars brand itself for nostalgia purposes, in order to pass off as a new, unique Star Wars story. Honestly, the sequels as a whole were just awful, and unfortunately, Rey was the character put at the center of it all. So doubling down on her story and continuing down this path has me and a majority of fans just not excited for this. And on top of that, to call it episode 10, that is just a bigger slap in the face to what has come before.
Wow, I just got a big headache.
But also another sign that the leadership at Lucasfilm has no idea what they're doing with this. We were told that the rise of Skywalker was the end of the saga, and essentially that it was very important because now the main stories were over. It was obvious to me that that was a tactic by the studio to self-insert the importance of their story into the Star Wars fandom, and essentially try to make up for the diminishing box office returns the trilogy saw from episodes 7 to 9. But now the episodes will continue. Sheesh, tell me you're run by a money-hungry company without telling me you're run by a money-hungry company. This pathetic last-ditch effort by Kathy to save her legacy is just going to have bad results for the franchise down the line. But like Josh in his video, I'm going to try to add a positive outlook to this rumor. Speaking of the episodic releases, it does feel right to see a potential story of this magnitude and setting being told this way. While I liked Rogue One and didn't hate Solo, the episodic movies just feel more like Star Wars to me. If you really want to tell a Rey story that'll help reshape the character and give her a better story and character arc, I think you have to do it in a trilogy-like format. Other franchises, and Star Wars especially, utilize this format to tell a full-length story and allow for more room to expand on ideas. Obviously, if this isn't executed well, I don't care how many movies you make if it all sucks. So with the Rey trilogy, this could be a light in a dark tunnel. If a great story idea does get developed, we could actually get something better than we originally thought. With a single movie, once the movie is over, there is no more room for continuation, and I think Star Wars fans would then just crap all over it. So maybe with a trilogy, we could view episode 10 with more optimism like we did with episode 7, The Force Awakens. Like many of you, I am not in a place where I'm giving Lucasfilm the benefit of the doubt anymore. Single movie or trilogy, I am not as forgiving as I once was. And at the end of the day, like I stated earlier, I'm not excited for this Rey movie idea, and a trilogy idea is not making it any better in my eyes. Well, that's all for today from your favorite galaxy far, far away. Tell me what you think. Do you think this will be a trilogy? Do you like this idea better or worse? Why is Lucasfilm keeping this in the dark? I'm curious to see what you think. Please leave a comment below and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what I talk about next. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you always.